the red button. That's not how that sound goes.
Perfect. I got that.
Welcome, everyone, to episode... No, I thought it was 214.
It is,
Am I
isn't it?
wrong? Is it 215?
No, it's 214, I think.
Is it?
Man, I
Is
hate
it?
when this happens.
it?
Yeah.
You check the
'cause-
website. The website says the fourth Tyrannic War was 213. So welcome to episode 214 of Mess with the Forge. I'm Adam, and with me, as usual, is Jason. Hi, Jason.
Hey, Adam. Hi, everyone.
And I'm sure Quinn will be along momentarily.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The
Our third chair.
third chair.
Yeah.
The Amazon tablet is the Kindle is parenting at the moment, but that only lasts so long.
Well, I mean, as long as you can't find Game of Thrones, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait, you're supposed to put parental controls on these things?
I've heard about them. I don't think they should work, but...
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, how else is he going to know that Cersei Lannister is the best character? So, welcome, everyone.
Jamie
This is
Lannister
episode
likes
214. Jason, let's hear about the kind of hobby progress that you partook in the past couple of weeks.
this. I'm still finishing up my Magnus proxy. It's kind of a big model. Yeah.
Is it now?
Yeah, just a wee bit. And, I've got 3 characters on there. And it's up to tabletop, 3-color minimum. I mean, my version of 3-color minimum. So, it's still got a ways to go to be where I want it, but it'll work for now. There's a ton of detail on there. And when I was sculpting the base, and I'm going to use the word sculpting in quotes because there's more like me just like slapping green stuff and what's the other stuff that I was mixing it with? Milliput. It's this milliput and green stuff, monstrosity. And as I was pushing things together and trying to build this thing up, there's some other structures that became like what could be eye sockets, what could be like limbs and stuff that like kind of showed up in the form on accident. Trust me, it wasn't me trying to do this well. It was just like, oh, happy accidents are the best.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They require far less effort.
That's right. Bob Ross said it's fine. So that's what I've been working on mainly. The other thing I've been working on is I'm flying to New York, as you know, for Skip's bachelor party.
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Yeah, I packed my backpack because I'm kind of the worst at like doing KR orders because I forget things and I am who I am. I know what I am. So
like Popeye.
Yeah, pretty much, except I don't like cooked spinach. Ugh. So anyway, I packed my backpack, my 2KR case backpack. There is not even space for me to take my objective markers that I've created because there's no room. I think I could get maybe 4, maybe 5 blue horrors in there, but it's full other than that. Part of me thinks I might just write a small Zinch demon list and take a 3rd case, just have the demons in there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Did you say you were taking Southwest?
No, I'm taking American Airlines.
Oh, okay. Because Southwest, it's 2 checked, 1 carry, 1 backpack, which is just the best.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm flying out of South Texas.
And
if you're on Southwest or American or United or remember when we used to have like airlines and whatnot, and now we have airline or airline barely plural. Anyway, they put us in those little jump jets that you have to push them back on the runway a little bit before they'll fly forward.
Like for short hops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to take one of those on American when I was like 10 years old I think it was from Detroit to Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh,
and that was harrowing. Like I thought my sister was just going to die. She was 8 at the time, and it was scary.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
Yeah, no fun.
So anyway, yeah, I've got to think about if I want to go through and do one more case and go through and do hey, let's do demons, so I can have just demons to drop on people for giggles.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Just as an aside, we don't have an endorsement with the KR case, but I am very open to being given free stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I'm open to that as well. I will gladly huck your stuff.
Yeah, not your website, but your stuff.
Oh, let's not talk about the website. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah,
that's an unfortunate situation.
Well, it's a balance. Let's look at it as a balance situation.
You know what's really important, things. Jason?
Yeah, good.
Having the microphone pointed directly at the air conditioner while it's running. I think that's a really good idea. Let's keep doing that.
Oh, is that this thing's got some really great what's that stuff called? Noise canceling and noise suppression. So
this thing has some great lifespan.
Yeah. Dude, it's an SM58. Wait, yours is the 58. I've got the 57.
Yeah.
I've never seen one damaged to the point where it couldn't be used. Although Brian says he's done it, but he won't tell me how he did it, which makes me not want to know, but then kind of want to know, and he won't sell it to me either.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a running thing with my students. If they damage an SM57 or 58 through normal use, that I will buy it off of them. I've had that offer since 2008, and I haven't bought one yet.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
So as for my hobby progress, the 20 boys are to complete. I think they were complete last time, and I talked about the models that I was doing for the Labor Day challenge, and I toyed with the idea of painting it one unit at a time, and then I said, "Lol, that's not my jam." Yeah, no. And I started one color at a time on all the models. So the 10 Beast Snaggers are in my orange scheme. Mm-hmm. The Defcoptas and the Killicans are in the blue scheme, and the Grots are like kind of their own scheme,
Yeah.
Same with the Painboy. Painboy is going to be scheme agnostic, really, which generally just involves them wearing white stained wife beaters, apparently, or A shirts. We don't call it that. A shirts. Anyways, Jesus Christ. You can. I'm like 40 something years old. Sorry, guys. Anyways. I've got the blue done, the orange done, and the green done.
Okay.
Including like the base coats and the first highlights are done on those. And of course, as usual, I started it with a brown spray paint and dry brushed lead belcher. So the silver is technically done, except I'll have to go back and you always have to repaint the face piercings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So all of those colors are done. The main thing is going to be, I think next so the big job coming up is base coating blocking in the yellow on everything. That's going to take a long time. I might, even though we're recording today, after we're done recording, I think I might start that job because it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And then the leather and yada, yada, yada. So it will be a hell of a thing if I manage to finish it by Labor Day, because it is currently Wednesday and Labor Day is Monday.
1, 2, 3, 4 days. It could happen.
It could happen. If I forgo a lot of sleep, it could happen. Unfortunately, on Friday, I have a barbecue after work. On Saturday, I am going apple picking with my family.
Oh yeah, that's
on
cute.
Sunday. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. Then I'm going to tractor pulls with Quinn.
Yeah.
Then on Monday we spend all day at the fair. So
yeah, you're a little busy.
And at some point there, I have to get fitted for a tuxedo that apparently is going to Jamaica somehow.
Okay. Cool.
I'll get this paint done. It'll happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, man, there are other people who are much more successful at the Labor Day Challenge.
Yeah, we actually have quite a few who are very successful.
So, Jason, I asked you to go ahead and have a look at I appreciate you doing that because I clearly didn't have time to have a look. We have a channel going in the Discord just for the Labor Day Challenge. It's entirely possible that the Labor Day Challenge will turn into the Halloween Challenge.
I think that we can go through and do that, yeah.
But first, let's see who actually complete. Uh-oh.
What? Uh-oh, yeah.
Yes, Quinn Ronald.
It's not working.
Oh, no. Not the babysitter. No. What happened? What'd you do?
What should I do?
What'd you do? Quinn, you broke the internet. How could you do that?
I just broke it.
I think, you know what? The internet's working. You know what I think happened? I think that you broke YouTube. I think that YouTube, it no longer works anymore because you destroyed it with your poor video watching choices. What do you think?
Help me.
I'm trying, but this really weird Wheels on the Bus remix is not loading. Look. It's wild. Oh my goodness. You gotta hear this.
Hey! Hey!
Whoa. You know, I just realized I haven't been, talking where I need to edit this. I'm gonna leave it. The wheels on the bus. Whoa. Why is that so blurry?
It's on purpose.
Oh.
They put a bunch of weird distortions on this song and show it's the Coco Melon. They put a bunch of weird distortions and then each distortion has a visual effect. And my son has been playing with his little bus.
Uh-huh.
And he does a really good job of duplicating the this. Yes, you can have it, buddy. This the sound warbling and
yeah. I think the visuals there
really
that I
weird.
Happened to see, I was like, wow,
strange.
Yeah, that was a little odd. All right.
Okay.
We're back to the Labor Day Challenge.
Labor Day Challenge. Yeah. Let's have a look at what people are doing. I will go ahead and
I don't know who all completed.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people aren't complete yet, but since this is our last episode of the month before we move on, I'll do a search for Josh here and see how
he only
far
had one post.
He just had the one post. He's working on his Space Marines. Oh yeah, he's been doing some sweet Terminators for his Sharkadons, I believe.
I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
He didn't say who they were, but I did see Termies.
Yep. Couchman, I think he's been working on that one Imperial Knight.
Yeah, that was his thing.
Yeah, and he said he's gonna kind of tap out for a few days because it's destroying his soul.
Well, marbling on that. He's doing a green marble. Marbling something like that can be pretty tough, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nightmare, and I'm proud of him for getting as far as he did. And you got to paint. When it comes to painting, you got to do what you love, right?
It looked good. The last picture I saw looked great. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Our buddy Canada Mike is freaking crushing it.
Yeah.
With his Uthway.
Yeah.
I think previously he only had the one tank. I've seen that tank before. It's got the scroll work on it. And he decided, I'll just do a whole combat patrol of this. So he's got Wraith dudes with the flamer with the D weapons. He's got a Spirit Seer. He's got a group of warriors. They call them warriors?
Is it Guardians?
Guardians, that's what they call them. A group of Guardians and a Farseer, I think.
That sounds about right.
He's got a Wraith Lord. Love a Wraith Lord. Those things are so cool looking. And like the black armor with that white head, that white helmet looks so sweet. It's nice and shiny. And he's got a Warwalker, which is pretty cool. So he's got more than a combat patrol, I think.
I do love that Ulthway scheme. It's I do like it.
Oh, he's doing such a great job. It's just, just get those bases rimmed there, dude.
Yeah.
Just freaking slacker. Anyway. What's Brian doing? I can't imagine what he would be doing.
I don't know. I think he's decided that he's going to do something really nice, like, Grot Army.
Yeah, no. He's going to do Ultramarines.
Oh, Ultramarines? Oh, okay. Yeah, he seems like an Ultramarines Smurf kind of guy.
Brian's working on World Eaters, and they look
really great.
F-wording-tastic.
Yeah.
They look really good. They're glowy. They're kind of got a really some deep highlights and
those reds are real wild. Like I get kind of nervous about doing reds and oranges, and so it's always nice when people do really nice reds.
Mm-hmm. And the blue plasma really touches it off.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
And then Magos Marshal Mark is doing Eldar.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
I don't know which ones, the orange ones. I just call them the orange ones.
Yeah, I think it's his own, and I wish I'd written down what it's called, because he's kind of doing his own thing. He usually does do his own thing. He's super narrative in that way.
Yeah. He's a brave man to go orange.
Yeah, it looks somewhat similar to
it's with the
I used to know it. I used to know because Curtis does it.
Yeah.
Craft World, the ones who aren't D-bags, like the ones who are actually nice.
Yeah.
Like the opposite of.
They look great. The opposite of Ulthway.
Or opposite. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Orange Eldar. This is a great episode. We're so pro.
It's like we know what we're not doing.
We really know what we're doing. We're really good at this.
All right. Uruk guy is doing Votan.
Nice.
Jordan was doing Space Marines, Scythes of the Emperor, but then he got busy, and I don't know if he'll be able to finish it in time.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Yeah.
Busy is...
It happens.
Busy is good, yeah. Lugganoth.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Lugganoth are the ones who aren't D-bags. Yume Locke is also orange, I guess, but I was thinking of Lugganoth.
Yeah. Let's see. Mies is doing Imperial Guard. I saw some pictures in there. I don't know if he finished.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's still got a week, almost.
Yeah, good job, dude.
Chris the Object is doing Emperor's Children. He had a super sweet Noise Marine on July 25th. It was just amazing to look at.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm jelly.
Let's see. Prometheum 5.
Oh,
Space
yeah.
Marine.
F this guy. Screw you, Mark. These Ultramarines look amazing.
Yeah.
He's got Terminators. He's got a Captain. He's got one of the new Dreadnoughts. One of the new, shooty Dreadnoughts.
Mm-hmm.
He's got... I don't know, heavy bolter dudes. I don't know what they are, but veterans, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
and the
yeah.
New flamer guys.
Yeah.
Truly glorious. Love these.
Captain Corbus, Nick, whatever. World Eaters, of course.
Well, and he's also doing a really good job of putting in hours on
on
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Yeah,
good job, dude.
He's been working that RPG pretty hard.
Dude, a lot of people fell in that hole this month.
Oh yeah.
Not just people in our Discord, but everywhere. It's like it's a chasm from which there is no escape.
And Indiana Dustin and Masters of the Forge Adepticon roommate is doing Tyranids, although he keeps doing Bon Jovi jokes. So,
but they look really good.
They look amazing.
Like he's gotten a lot done. Like they look really nice. He's gotten a lot done, and they look so good. Was he going to Nova or something?
I don't remember.
Or is he going to the narrative? Is he going to the?
I know in 1 hour Nova is doing their release. So
yeah. We should watch that and then come back and record.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so that
Tucker.
Yeah. What about Tucker?
Well, he bought a house, painted a room, and removed a lot of carpet before it had a chance to get up and remove itself.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of him for preempting the bedbug, migration.
Yeah, he definitely has been painting. Just
he's definitely been painting
miniatures.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully he'll have a chance to do another chance at a challenge if we do the October thing. And we usually have a big painting session for Halloween. We watch a bunch of bad movies in a night and try to start early. So I think we'll do that. And folks, join the Discord if you want to hang out. You don't have to be Patreons. You can just join the Discord and have fun and paint with us while we watch just the worst trash imaginable. Some new ones have been added to the list that are just that I feel like that will end the show. We're going to get canceled. It'll be fine though. We'll deserve it. Okay. Well, that is the challenge. I'm going to root through some of my stuff here and maybe send some people some stuff that we've gotten recently.
Yeah.
Well, not so recently.
All right. So games played.
Did you play a game?
Just the one we're going to talk about today. Are we talking about it?
We're talking about it now.
Okay.
We played one turn, and I think we're not going to finish it.
Yeah, just because I'm dealing with kittens and sick older cat and school, and I'm just trying to.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, we played one turn, and you killed a lot of models.
Yeah,
and then I killed a lot of models.
It was bloody. It was nice.
It was pretty great.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. Yeah, we were playing one of the missions from Wrath of Magnus.
Yeah,
and because like I was saying before, like in the last episode, I want to do more of these where we revisit old missions and convert them, or just say this doesn't need to be converted. For the show, I think it's valuable to go back and do that. Even though, like I said, we've had an episode on Wrath of Magnus, first of all, a lot of people probably haven't listened to that episode, and second of all,
it's like in 2017, 2018.
Yeah, updating those missions is not a bad idea, and we can put it on the website as a PDF download, and you'll be able to play through it.
Yeah.
So I think that was an interesting, even though we only did a turn, I think it was pretty interesting to see how much blood can be spilled by psychic powers and boys charging.
And the answer is a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't throw away those campaign books that you really dig.
Definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
That's
Codexes.
Actually, I went through it. I need to buy some of the ones I don't have. I'm going to see if I can find them. So I had another game with Kendrick in our campaign. Right now there's photos in the 40K channel of our Discord that kind of showed like at least the beginning couple turns. No, it went on a little bit. So this one we played. What did we play? We played Secure the Tunnels. So it has objective markers, and they mark the general vicinity of a tunnel entrance. But you need to search it and roll a 5+ to find the actual entrance, because you're kind of rummaging around looking for it. So in that one, you score for holding an objective and holding more, and then you score for holding one discovered entrance or holding more, and then for holding more.
Okay.
All right. So we decided that this should lead to a boarding actions game. Like he tunneled up and attacked my base, and I'm looking for an entrance to the tunnels so I can go down and, do what I want to do down in the tunnels, find more Tyrannid sweetmeats because their dinners are delicious. Remember, my warlord is a big chef Grubzog. And that's why he's here. He's trying to get Tyrannid steaks.
Mm-hmm.
My new beast boss did make an appearance in this one for the first time. He stood up on that the big beast Snaga transport and jumped out and assaulted a Carnifex, as you do.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for.
Him versus the Screamer Killer was delightful. And he killed a couple of monsters in that. I think I'm just going to be taking it in every mission. Okay. There's a agenda, get 2 XP for killing a monstrous creature or a vehicle. I feel like that's what I do.
Yeah.
Kendrick was pretty sure the game was over in the beginning.
Yeah.
As usual, the orcs come in and they cover the board and they take all the objectives and they score max points in the beginning.
And then you stick them off the board.
I always have to remind my opponent, listen, just wait for turn 3.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just wait. Just you wait and see. And sure enough, by turn 5, the end of turn 5, the score was 60-60. We tied again. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought the way we did it was pretty cool. Like, it was standard, like Dawn of War style deployment. So both of us were on the long table edges,
mm-hmm.
and the objectives were spread out. But what we decided to do was put hills on the left side, and put the orc ruins on the right side.
Okay.
And I put a wall down the middle, separating them. So it was like the border of the orc shantytown and then the wilderness outside.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
So in the orc shantytown is where I put everybody who is kind of on foot or hanging out, and they, including the one knob on Smash a Squig who was disgraced from like 2 missions ago. And they were just hanging out, frying Tyrannid meat and eating steaks. And then on the other side, in the wilderness side, I deployed the Beast Snaga vehicle and a truck and a unit of the Squig Riders. And I was like, okay, these guys are coming in from patrol, basically.
Yeah.
Right. And in the middle, there was just that unit of Gretchen sitting on the one objective just outside the wall. And they were like, we smell something over here, boss. And they're kind of hunting around looking for it. Little jerks didn't generate a single command point the entire game. How dare you? But Kendrick just kind of deployed all along the side there. Because, again, it was as if they were kind of coming up from the ground and infiltrating the shantytown. We had some cool moments, but I think the beast boss really, like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So he tore it up, and so I didn't really we're narrative players. We kind of don't really think about this sort of thing, or at the very least, we're like, just because you're narrative doesn't mean you're not competitive. So I don't want to say that, but okay, I'm dumb, so I didn't really figure this out. So the beast boss has a thing where if he gets a critical wound, it becomes mortal wounds. So it's like the same as what do you have? What is it called? Devastating wounds or something like that.
It's the third. It's the third thing you can do, or the third kind of doctrine you can play for 1,000 Suns.
Right. So it's like devastating wounds. So any critical wound turns into mortal wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't really realize this, but when you have anything like anti-monster or anti-vehicle,
yeah,
it doesn't just automatically wound on that number. So for him, he has anti-monster 4+.
yeah.
It doesn't just automatically wound it. It's an automatic critical wound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that means on a 4+, he does mortal wounds.
Oh.
With his attacks. Yeah.
Oh, and one of my units had that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So if you have anti-infantry 3+,
yeah,
and you have devastating wounds, you're doing mortal wounds on a 3+.
Oh.
I don't think we were doing that.
No, we weren't. Okay, that because
changes a lot, right?
Well, because we were doing some things, and I remember thinking, yeah, okay, this.
Why does this have anti-infantry? This isn't very helpful.
Well, yeah, and the other thing was just like, well, this doctrine's okay. It's not. Why is everyone, saying it's the greatest thing ever? But if it's happening,
because those people are doing all mortal wounds on a 3+ to wound.
That would have completely changed our first.
I would have had no models left.
Oh, you wouldn't have had any of those boys. They would have been gone.
They all had feel no pain. So no, they had invuln saves. Yeah, those boys would have been messed up.
Ooh,
messed up. Yeah.
Wait, they had feel no pain. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the 2 units had feel no pain because they had no. I also had. I took as many weird boys as I could in our game because that's the kind of game we were playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think we're probably going to scale it back and do a couple of boarding actions games the next time we get together, and I think our next episode is going to be Kendrick and me doing kind of an altar of war.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the campaign up until this point.
Good.
So I think that'll be good. And he's got some models to work on once the stupid embargo date drops. He'll try to get some. I'm going to try to get him to something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Something will happen.
Something may happen in the near future that the poor man will have to rush to do because he's not a part of the podcast technically. Anyways, I
don't know, it's kind of funny. I like
it is. Yeah, just make people work really hard.
One thing I enjoy is that we can, say, hey, if you want to help us out or whatever, here, go paint a bunch of models.
Can you do this in 2 days?
So here's the situation. I've got Angron. Do you think you can build and paint Angron in a couple of days?
He didn't disappoint.
No, he did not.
Nick did not disappoint. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not changing that.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened? What are we doing? What's that? Oh, it's Daisy Duck. Fantastic. I'm not buying that for you.
This?
Okay, I'm watching it. Hot dog, hot diggity dog, hot dog.
I thought.
Oh, that's what you came in to do. Thanks. Can you go in the living room? Oh, God, that smells. Oh, God. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here, stinky butt. Get out of here, stinky butt.
All right.
Okay, let's go. Hey, Quinn, can you say Beyond the Fringe?
Beyond the fridge.
Beyond the fridge.
Hey, man.
He said, can you go beyond the fridge?
Beyond the fridge.
Beyond the cuckoo.
Pee on the cuckoo?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jason, what do you have for Beyond the Fringe?
We have a choice. I can either talk about Ahsoka or the brand new microphone that my boss just gave me.
Boy, I mean, ¿por qué no los dos?
So the Ahsoka series is really good. No spoilers. If you are a Star Wars nerd that loves all the legend stuff, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I started watching it and I realized I had some buddies telling me you probably want to watch
the Clone Wars,
Rebels, and
Rebels,
Clone
yeah,
Wars.
Rebels, yeah.
But especially Rebels, I said, meh. And I tried watching. I said, yeah, I better go watch Rebels. Yeah. Or at least, he also told me there is like a website that'll tell you the necessary episodes to get caught up. Because yes.
Like I've seen parts of Rebels, and I've got an idea. There's some things I need to go watch to get completely up to speed, but I've got a general idea of what it is. Yeah, so there's that. And then I got an AEA, what is it? It's a ribbon mic that is a bidirectional mic. It costs more than my last laptop.
Ooh.
Not only does it have a carrying case that looks like it could carry a telephoto lens, but it also has its own proprietary XLR cables and a couple of other things, which is going to be great because that means I can lose stuff. So that's cool.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be fantastic when you run over one of those cords with your chair.
Yeah.
And you have to replace it. That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah. It's a great mic. I haven't used it yet, but I unboxed it literally this afternoon. I was like, man, this is such a specialized mic. I can't just throw it up and do recordings. I gotta get people in here to do the recordings. So yeah, man, that was fun. I'm quite grateful to my boss for thinking about me about this stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Hi.
Okay,
Hi,
so
Quinn.
But I got big at it.
Here's the problem.
It's hard to believe that he's,
Oh, it's insanity.
Yeah.
It's insanity. And my Beyond the Fringe. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's my in-laws, Wendy's parents, their house got basically flooded. And the insurance company told them to kick rocks. So everybody has to be on deck when something has to be done in the house.
Yeah.
And therefore, Wendy is there, and we have to record now. So Quinn is hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And I apologize. It's going to have to happen every once in a while.
Hey, chaos is chaos, and we're
chaos
good at chaos.
is everybody loves chaos. So my Beyond the Fringe is I got the game room cleaned and I got the garage door fixed. So I don't know.
That's what happened. You fixed those things, which caused your in-laws to have their houses flood. So this is all your fault.
Yeah. So I don't know if you look at my house on Google Maps, or have done so for the past 2, 3, 4 years, that garage door has been broken.
Oh, it has? Okay.
Yeah, it's been broken for years. Yeah. So that's the problem.
I big deal.
Anyways, I'm hoping to have some more games in there soon. Yeah. I just have to resurface the concrete. I'm figuring I'll get that done while it's in media race.
Yeah.
But it's still August, and we can play games in there deep into October, depending on the situation. It's actually really nice to play in there all the time, but September I'm definitely going to try to get the guys over for some games.
Yeah, September and October would be real nice, man. Once it gets to December, though, ooh.
Yeah. But thank you for announcing that. Yeah, when you come here, we're definitely going to have a game or two.
All right.
That'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to heading back up to sweet old upstate New York.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Astropathic Communique?
Astropathic Communique.
Hey, Master Possession has finally been released as a solo release. I think it's only been part of the big stuff or big boxes previously. So I'm going to convert one of those into an Infernal Master because I'm weird. I know this. I'd live with it. So, yeah.
Very good. So I think I talked about this last time, but the final kind of list of Cities of Sigmar models is just bonkers.
Yeah.
It's just bonkers. SRM from Hammer did a full rundown of the army book and the models, and I am pretty stoked. It's going to be a good, fun time. I definitely need to get this challenge done, though.
Yeah.
I want to get it done for Labor Day and just make a full switch to Cities of Sigmar once that happens.
Yeah.
I was able to pre-order the army box from Frontline Gaming.
All right.
But I think a lot of the bespoke individual models are not available yet.
Hey, why is it that door?
Anyways, also Clonk the Rockbrow Squig. Looking forward to that in the preview today. I want to see how I can buy that.
Oh yeah, that's coming. I am just so curious at what the reveal is, because I've just been busy with school, so I'm like, I don't know.
I can see Tim.
Did you just swear on my podcast?
Did he? I'm not fixing that. I'm leaving.
I'm not sure. Hard to tell. And he just farted on me again. Well, that's the intro, Jason.
Someone once told me that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
How dare you be so correct? Hey, Quinn, can you say we'll be right back?
We'll be right.
Can you say we'll be right back? You are so tired.
I'm not tired.
Yeah, you are. You liar. Say we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Damn, I knew it was around here somewhere. Damn, where is it?
Can I help you?
Ah! Scared me.
What do you seek?
I need the perfect scenario for a narrative game I'm running this week, and I can't find one.
Sir, this is the Black Library. We don't have narrative scenarios.
Well, then where should I go?
Might I recommend the Tabletop Campaign Repo?
The Tabletop Campaign Repo? What's that?
The Tabletop Campaign Repo is an ad-free site for hosting resources related to playing tabletop miniatures wargaming.
Oh, like scenarios?
Absolutely. Also, event packs, custom objectives, tracking sheets, custom terrain rules, maps, icon packs, award templates, and more.
Oh, and this is for Warhammer 40k?
Among other things. There's also Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and others. They're always open for content submissions for any system, even non-Games Workshop materials.
Oh, that's awesome. It sounds like a great way to save all of this great content the community makes. A lot of that stuff often ends up disappearing into a dead message board or Facebook group.
Exactly. It's a real community effort.
Great. So, how do I get there?
Just go to that webway gate marked tcrepo.com.
tcrepo.com. Got it. Can I ask you one more question before I go?
Fire away.
This place is really easy to find. How come Aramon can never find it?
Oh, because it's more funny that way.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Once again, the Tabletop Campaign repository can be found at tcrepo.com, and they're always looking for submissions.
Greetings, mofos.
Are you out of George Dickel number 8, staring at a broken chess machine?
Well, don't want to spend the rest of the year tied to that couch?
Well, why don't you head on over to the 1 Hour a Night Facebook page and see what exciting stuff is going on there. It's a place to post all your daily progress in the hobby grind, as well as receive and give positive feedback. Also, there are usually a few interesting challenges going on.
That's right. All you have to do is search for 1 hour a night on Facebook. That's numeral 1 hour a night, all one word. Blood serum tests will be administered prior to approval.
Se til helvete og kom dere vekk. Det er ikke ei bikkje, det er en slags ting. Den imiterer ei bikkje, men det er ikke det. Kom dere vekk, idioter!
What he said. Welcome back, everybody. Quinn's now in bed.
Yeah. It's quieter. Well,
he's not asleep.
No, of course not.
But he's in bed.
Yeah.
So, this episode, we took a deep dive into the rules for Wrath of Magnus and upgraded them to 10th edition rules. So the first thing I want to talk about is some kind of generic rules that are in this book that needed to be converted. There's so we were talking about this when we were playing our game. There's a lot of the rules in the book hinged on like Perils of the Warp and
7th edition.
And warp charge dice and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot the dice pool. Oh man.
So
doesn't this feel like PTSD?
There had to be a way to adjudicate that. Now in our game, we did weird stuff like we gave special upgrades to all of the psychic attacks based on like what was going to happen in the game and what the rules said. And I think I came up with a more elegant way to deal with that.
Yeah.
So let's start off with that. Let's start off with the warp charge dice, and I'll read that section. So, in some of the missions, players can receive special dice called warp charge dice. So this isn't the old warp charge dice. This is a new system that I came up with. So you can use this special dice at any time in order to re-roll any roll pertaining to a psychic attack or ability. So, for example, if you have a psychic attack that does D6 damage, you can if you roll a 1, you can re-roll that dice. Or if you're an orc player and you're doing da jump and you roll a dice and you roll a 1, you can re-roll that. Normally, if you roll a 1, you just take mortal wounds and you don't da jump. Okay?
Yeah.
You can also use the die to re-roll your warp storm table die if you want.
Yeah.
You can retain these dice for as long as you like, but at the end of each turn, if a player is still holding on to warp charge dice for each one they have retained, your opponent can deal 1 mortal wound to any psychic unit in your army. That's basically them like trying to hold on to too much power.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's elegant.
Thanks,
I like that. Yeah. That's a great
players,
way to make sure that they spin the dice and don't. Yeah.
So players can discard any number of warp charge dice at the end of their command phase. So you have to kind of think about, okay, how many of these am I going to use throughout the game, right?
Yeah. And the thing is that as I'm looking at this, reroll any roll pertaining to psychic attack or ability, if you're working specifically with Thousand Suns, every aspiring sorcerer, that's a psychic attack. Every sorcerer, every exalted sorcerer, everyone in Terminator armor, those are all psychic attacks. So you really do have to think about what you're keeping. Yeah. Actually, that could be, if you have really hot dice, you could have some real issues. Yeah, if you're not rolling 1s, well, you're taking wounds anyway.
So, in the past, there was the demons had a warp storm table, and that was built into their that was built into the balance of the army. so a lot of the units were kind of okay.
Yeah.
But the main thing is that Warp Storm table created an environment on the battlefield that was conducive to the demon's existence.
Right.
Okay, sometimes it was bad for them, but most of the time it was good. Most of the time it was a good benefit that they got, and it was a pretty darn good benefit too.
Yeah.
So this book has a Tzeentchian Warp Storm table that is designed specifically for Tzeentch units.
Yeah.
So throughout this book, throughout these missions that we've converted, they have a special mission rule called Warp Storm. And you'll roll on at the start of the battle round, each player would roll a d6, and the player going first can use a warp charge dice to reroll their result if they want to.
Yeah.
And then after that, they see the result, then the player going second can choose to reroll theirs using a warp charge dice if they want to. Then you combine the result and consult the table for the effects. All right.
I like that. That's an interesting way of doing that. 'Cause normally, one person would sit there and roll the 2d6, but I think it's more fun to have it be kind of collaborative, right?
Well,
because then you can see, whose fault is it that we have this really bad thing. Let's be honest.
You shouldn't have shot for that other result. What were you thinking?
Let's be honest. I think that's funny.
Okay, so why don't I read the flavor text and you read the rules? Does that sound like fun?
Cool, because I can read it on there without having to get my glasses.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I cannot read the book, even though the book is literally in front of me. Let me see. If I move my head back this far, I can read it. Okay.
Yes. I just have to find the darn thing because I'm a special boy. Found it.
Page 62 of your hymnals, if you actually still own the book and know where it is.
So the result of 2 is Boundless Mutation. The Architect of Fate's transformative blessings are rained?
Yeah. Rained in
lethal measure upon those who catch his eye.
Yeah. So I love this. I'm reading this as we're going. Randomly select a character, friend or foe, and deal D3 mortal wounds to it. If the model is destroyed, replace the model with a chaos spawn under the control of the controlling player. That is Tzeentch right there. It's like, here I have a spawn. Yeah, I need more. I need to bring chaos spawn models with me. Maybe I do need to bring that other.
Yeah, I think so. And they don't, and they're not characters. So if the character's there, it's not attached anymore.
Yeah,
it's just a spawn. God, I'd be pissed. The third one, the roll of a 3 is Warp Flux. The stuff of the warp roils as if stirred by a godly hand, rendering its use incredibly unstable.
So all psychic attacks have the hazardous special rule. If the attack already has this rule, then reroll all past hazardous tests for that attack. Whoa.
Yeah, that's a problem for me because most of my psychic attacks are hazardous anyways.
Oopsies.
4, Mirror Step. Those who call the warp their home are reflections of mortal emotions. Some can be reflected in their turn to pass swiftly through reality's folding veil.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so randomly select a unit. The Demon of Tzeentch or Thousand Suns player may immediately remove this unit from play, then deep strike it. If both armies are either Demons of Tzeentch or Thousand Suns, randomly determine who gets to place the unit. Oh, that could be hilarious. I like that because there's actually powers literally in the Thousand Suns book that have done this, in the past. So yeah.
The original rules only the Tzeentch player would deep strike their own unit, but I think it's more funny for it to be possible that one of the non-Tzeentch units gets teleported by the Tzeentch player somewhere.
What would be funny is if that boss or the warlord that's turtling in the back gets popped right in front of Magnus.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
5, Gale of Change. The winds of change blow strong, empowering the magic of those who can harness them.
All right. Each player gets D6 warp charge dice. Hi, here's some mortal wounds. Figure out how you're going to get rid of those. Have a nice day.
Mutagenic fire is number 6. Those warriors that make flame their weapon find their fires blessed by the power of change.
So all torrent weapons improve their AP by 1.
Simple, effective.
Yeah.
7, the most common visions from beyond the veil. Friend and foe alike convulse as they see strange visions of realities to come.
So each player receives D3 command points. Actually, what would be awful is if there was one where it's like you lose D3 command points.
Right?
That would be the worst. Okay.
I feel like I should do is I should put if it's a the non-Tzeentch player has to keep these command points in reserve, and if they use them, they take a mortal wound for each one they use. Because like they're heeding the Tzeentch's foretelling, which is always double-edged.
Yeah.
8, warp surge. The air crackles with invisible power as the stuff of the warp becomes plentiful and dangerous.
All right, so increase the strength of all psychic attacks by 1. That's pretty cool. In addition, these psychic attacks have the hazardous special rule. Yay! And if the attack already had that rule, then reroll all past hazardous tests for that attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Thousand Suns don't have the hazardous attack normally.
Yeah, I don't think you have very much that are hazardous.
I don't think I have any. But I might. I haven't looked at all the units because some I'm just not going to play.
9, Storm of Fire. Tzeentch's magical storm rages, swathing Fate's playthings in killing fire.
So, roll a d6 for every unit on the battlefield. On a 1 or a 2, the unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. Oh, wow. Every unit. Ooh.
Yeah, every unit. Everybody takes fire.
Yeah.
It does say Fate's playthings, which includes the demons themselves. Brimstone rain. Tiny meteors hurtle from the sky. At each impact site, brimstone horrors burst into fiery life.
Aw. All right, so set up a unit of 10 brimstone horrors under the control of the Demons of Tzeentch player or the Thousand Suns player. If all armies are either Demons or Thousand Suns, or Demons of Tzeentch and or Thousand Suns, randomly determine who has control of this unit. Roll off. Yeah.
It's beautiful. This is big. This book came out when the Brimstones and the Blues were released, so this is just go buy some Brimstones, I guess.
Pretty much. I've got a ton of them, and they're painted too because I hate myself.
And they're fun to paint.
Yeah.
11, Harold's Possession. I wonder if some dude named Harold possesses your drugs. The eldritch machinations of Tzeentch can see good men. Do you ever have anybody in your playgroup that pronounces it Tzeentch?
No.
I think we did for a little while. It drove me nuts. Anyways, Tzeentch can see good men turn into fiendish demons.
All right, so randomly select a character, not counting any Demons of Tzeentch. The character must take a leadership test. If the test is failed, it is replaced with the Herald of Tzeentch. Ooh. Under control of the Demons of Tzeentch or Thousand Suns player. Wait a minute, is there still a Herald of Tzeentch?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know
they might have called it something. They might call it something
else. Anyways, place the model as close as possible to where the host character was, but not within engagement range of enemy units. If all armies are either Demons of Tzeentch or Thousand Suns, randomly determine who has control of this unit. Nice. Yeah.
12. Avatar of Change. The air itself screams as a greater demon tears its way into reality.
Ooh. Okay, so randomly determine a Demon of Tzeentch or Thousand Suns player involved in this battle. That player selects a character. That character rolls a leadership test. If the test has failed, it is removed as a casualty. If it is passed, replace the model with the Lord of Change model with no damage taken. Oh man, that aspiring sorcerer. That sorcerer in Terminator armor. Anyway, it should be placed as close to the host model as possible and not within engagement range of any models. If the character had an enhancement that a Lord of Change could have, it still has that enhancement. If the leadership check was passed, then that model was not counted as having been destroyed at the time for the purposes of a mission's victory conditions or other triggered abilities. It is up to the player whether this character's change is permanent on their Crusade data card. Yeah, would that be... I guess you could do that.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I mean, as long as you have the points to do it. Or if you can, if you're like, I'll get rid of this other unit so I can keep this character as a Lord of Change, because that's funny.
Yeah. For those of you who cannot see the video, I now have a kitten parrot on my shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, these kittens are super nice. Someone's going to enjoy having a lifetime friend that won't let them use the bathroom in peace.
All right. So those are the kind of generic rules. So let's start going over the new the modified missions. Mm-hmm. I'll start with the ritual.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say, hey, let's do something super smart and read the narrative description of each of these, because I think it helps.
Yeah, it helps give you an idea of what this is about.
Right. It gives it context. Okay, yeah. So I'll read this. This is the ritual. This is always been one of our favorite missions, and we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, because I like the map.
The map is cool. The demonic legions of Tzeentch often seek to perform arcane rituals that will enact some unknowable plan. Their enemies will soon find themselves fighting desperately to thwart the machinations of the demons, even though they cannot hope to fathom their true purpose, nor the extent of their own damnation should they fall. So, I forgot to mention the first 3 missions are demons missions, and the second group of 3 missions are Thousand Suns missions.
Yeah.
So this one uses the hammer and anvil style deployment, 12 inches from the center line of the battlefield. There are 6 objective markers, and they are arranged in the symbol of Tzeentch. Yeah. So they're kind of snake around the battlefield, 2 in each deployment zone and 2 in no man's land. The terrain should be placed so that it respects the placement of the objective markers. The placement of the objective markers is more important than where the terrain is.
I think if you went through and accentuated the placement of the objective markers, that might be pretty good too.
Yeah, and if you're going to be doing this narrative mission, go ahead and go to Michael's and get some pink fabric for cheap, and actually cut out the symbol of Tzeentch and put it on the battlefield. Yeah, I think that would be super cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Then hang it on your wall afterwards.
Yeah,
what could go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, what's worse that can happen? Zangors. Come on.
Yeah,
this is how you get Zangors.
So priority, you roll off as normal, and it's 5 turns as normal. Victory conditions: the Tzeentch player wins the game if they complete the ritual. Otherwise, their opponent wins instead.
Yep.
Special mission rules: use the Warp Storm table, and performing the ritual at the end of each of their turns. The Demons of Tzeentch player consecrates any objective markers controlled by units from their army. Have special objective markers handy, which can be flipped over or replaced to denote that an objective marker has been consecrated.
Oh, okay.
And once all the objective markers have been consecrated, the ritual is complete. I did not adjust this so that it would be actions, because I feel like it would be really hard for Tzeentch demon units to perform objectives being held, doing the actions. I think it's better and it's 6 objectives too. So you're going to have to like really mob that last objective in order to turn it. So I think making it an action would be very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, I mean, at one point it can't be one of those things where it's impossible to do no matter what. So
yeah. Psychic storm clouds gather at the start of each command phase. Each player receives 1 warp charge dice.
Oh, okay, good.
Victor bonus. If the Tzeentch player wins, they may increase their supply limit by 200 because they summon some more demons.
Mm-hmm.
If their opponent wins, a surviving unit, or barring that, the unit which was destroyed last, receives 1 free battle honor.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the next mission, I will read the narrative description because you can't see.
Yeah,
but
I can read the rest. Yeah,
you can read the rest. Yeah. All right. The schemes of Tzeentch.
No, Tzeentch. No, that's not too.
Tzeentch, right?
Tzeentch.
The schemes of Tzeentch. Such is the indiscernible nature of the changer of ways that even his mightiest demonic servants often know little of their master's plans until he finally deigns to reveal them. Even the most gifted seer could not hope to predict the battlefield strategy of Tzeentch's demons, making their plans all but impossible to thwart.
Okay. So, deployment zones. Army deploy as per Dawn of War style. Yeah, easy. Objective markers, as per current 40k objective deck. So, usually 5 with 1 in each deployment zone. Victory conditions. Yeah, it's amazing how many of these are current. Okay. Use the current Warhammer 40k objective deck. Drawing and using the Purge the Foe primary mission. At the end of each command phase, score 4 VP for holding at least 1 objective and 4 VP for holding more than their opponent. Then at the end of the battle round, score 4 VP if you killed at least 1 enemy unit, and 4 more if you killed more units than your opponent. Wow. The Tzeentch player must use random objectives. Do not draw a mission rule or deployment, as those are determined by special rules here. And the special rules are Warp Storm. So, hey, you get to use the Tzeentchian Warp Storm table. Roll low. Or roll high.
Roll 7.
Yeah, roll 7. Roll 12, man. Roll 12. Yeah, I want 12.
Roll 12 every turn.
Yeah, that's what I want, is to see a whole bunch of actually I just want to watch people build and paint Keepers of Change. I mean, sorry, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, indiscernible agenda. Instead of generating secondary objectives at the start of their command phase, the Tzeentch player draws 6 secondary objectives at the end of their turn and scores them based on their actions during the previous turn or battle round described as prescribed by the card. I like that, actually.
Yeah, where you have no idea what your secondary objectives are at all. You have no idea while you're playing. And then you just draw 6 cards and see, did I complete any of these? I don't know.
I like that. There's an element of chance that intrigues me, and it does make me realize I'm playing the right armies. All
yes.
Right. So the player may choose to score up to 2 of those secondary objectives and discard them. The rest are shuffled back into their deck. The player may, if they wish, use the new order stratagem at this time if they wish.
Yeah, you can discard 1 and spend a command point, discard 1 and draw a new one and see if you can score that one instead. All
right, so the Victor bonus. The winning player's warlord is marked for greatness at the end of the battle in addition to the usual one they get.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Because they managed to succeed in this mission despite the weird orders coming from above.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I mean, sometimes you're playing with the mission's quote unquote like helping you, maybe is the word I'm looking for. And then sometimes the mission's there to, maybe not hinder, but to challenge you. I think that's the word, challenge.
Yeah. And it's a cute way to do it. This book came out when the Tactical Objective deck first was released. So this was one of those missions, and it was easy to modify with the existing deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Third one, Psychic Equinox. In an empire as vast as the Imperium, there are countless opportunities for cosmic alignments. warp storms, and myriad other esoteric anomalies to thin the veil of reality. When such events occur, Tzeentch is often the first to send forth his demonic legions to wreak havoc, their powers augmented by such psychically attuned phenomena. Doot 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 doot. Phenomena. Doot 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 doot. Phenomena. Doot 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 doot. All right. So Psychic Equinox, the deployment zones. Okay, so the Demons of Tzeentch player deploys within 9 inches of the center of the battlefield, so they're in the middle.
Yeah.
Then the attacker, whoever they may be, deploys 24 inches away from the center of the battlefield, so in the outer circle.
Yeah. And the game length is 5 turns.
5 turns.
Which is,
Yeah. Victory conditions. Players score 1 VP every time they make a psychic attack or activate a psychic ability. Doesn't include passive abilities, so like if you have an aura that does something, that doesn't count. The attacker scores 1 VP for every enemy unit they destroy.
Well, that's nice. Nice and bloody.
It's assumed that the Tzeentch player is going to be casting a lot of psychic powers.
Yeah.
So they also they suggest that players bring as many psychers as possible.
Yeah.
But that still means that the Tzeentch player probably has more, so that's why they let the attacker score for killing units.
Yeah. And it's so easy for 1,000 Suns at the very least to flood the board with psychers. I mean,
yeah,
we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I mean, I'm getting a ton of psychers.
Right.
Just
yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So the Warp Storm table is in effect, and like I said, bring as many psychers as possible to this mission.
Yeah.
Fueled by the warp, Demons of Tzeentch treat failed battle shock tests as passed, but other effects of battle shock are still resolved normally.
Yeah.
That I put that there because normally, like when you make battle shock tests for Tzeentch or for any demons, you might get some back if you roll a 1 or something like that. So it doesn't, just because you automatically pass the battle shock test doesn't mean you don't get any of the cool stuff that happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Encircling Miasma, whenever a unit arrives from reserve, it can arrive along any battlefield edge not within 9 inches of enemy units. If it's impossible, you can deep strike instead. And it's just make sure that you can deploy without worrying about people flooding the battlefield with units.
Yeah.
The veil is thinned. At the end of the Demons of Tzeentch player's movement phase, they may return any destroyed non-character units to play. Roll a dice. On a 4+, it may use Deep Strike.
Nice.
So you just constantly generate demon units, which again plays into the hand of the attacker, who has another unit they can destroy and get CP or VP for.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you have more units to kill dudes with, so that's also and generate psychic powers with.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it makes it a very, very bloody battlefield.
Yeah, sure.
Very
does.
quickly.
The victor bonus for this one is the winner may add a new weapon enhancement to one of their psychic attacks, equipped by 2 different models. So just pick two models and 2 of their psychic attacks, and you get to add a weapon enhancement to each of them.
Yep.
Which makes sense for this kind of mission, because the psychic empowerment has permanently affected their psychic attacks. All right, we're going to move on to the Thousand Suns missions.
Yeah.
The first one is Fury of the Storm.
Riders on the storm.
Fury of the Storm.
All right.
Da, 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 da. Fury of the Storm. Into this world we're born. So there's something into the warp we're thrown.
Okay.
The intrinsic psychic talents of the Thousand Suns enable them to bring about the world's apocalypse by channeling the destructive potency of a warp storm through arcane rituals. A risky but incredibly deadly practice for which the Thousand Suns are rightly feared, even above and beyond the other traitor legions.
All right, so deployment zones. The Thousand Suns deploy within 9 inches of the center of the battlefield, and the attacker deploys 24 inches away from the center of the battlefield. So you've got a nice big no man's land of blood.
And this is the one we started playing, by
yeah.
the way.
So the priority, Thousand Suns player deploys their entire army first, followed by the attacker. The Thousand Suns player takes the first turn. Game length 5 turns. I'd have been amazed if we'd made 5 turns. Victory conditions. The Thousand Suns player wins if they have at least one Psyker unit remaining on the battlefield at the end of the game. Otherwise, the attacker wins.
So against your army, I had to kill your entire army.
Yeah, you had to kill my entire army. Which you probably could.
I think I could if yeah, I don't know.
You
Maybe.
put some hurt on some stuff. I will say
I did. That at the end of turn 1, I had assaulted and killed a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Mission special rules. Warp Storm. Players are going to use the Tzeentchian Warp Storm table. Channeling the Storm. At the start of each turn, if it is their turn, a player may attempt to channel Warp Charge dice. If they do so, they must roll a dice for each. You have no idea how much that hurts me.
Oh, I know.
For each Psyker unit in their army. On a 3-up, they generate a Warp Charge dice. On a 1, they suffer 1 mortal wound. From the warp they come. The Thousand Suns player uses Deep Strike for all reserves. Thousand Suns reserves must arrive within 9 inches of the center of the battlefield, but they may arrive within 9 inches of enemy units, but not within engagement range. Psychic Backlash. All Psyker units have Deadly Demise 1. If they already have Deadly Demise, then increase the mortal wounds caused by 2. If the unit has more than 1 model, the Deadly Demise is triggered by and measured from the last model destroyed in the unit. Victor bonus. The victor receives +1 requisition point in addition to the one they receive from playing the game. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, I figured that made sense for this mission.
Yeah.
And I love the psychic backlash. That brings me joy. Psychers should pop when they die. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. They should just go.
Well, I think it's much more entertaining, and I think it actually might be more lore ready or
right
more friendly. Yeah.
Or just when they die, you should replace them with a pile of like D6 random horrors. Okay.
Actually, I'd kind of like that. Like just brimstones, just like they die and hey, look, there's 5 brimstones. Deal with it.
That come out of his brain. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Second mission here in the Tzeentch is Altar of War, Timeless Vengeance. In the Eye of Terror, time holds no sway. Yet all of the traitor legions that fled there in the wake of the Horus heresy, it is the Thousand Suns that have best learned to patiently wait until the exact moment when their plan reaches fruition, when their vengeance will take the greatest toll on those they blame for their long exile.
Cool. So, deployment zones. The Thousand Suns opponent, the defender, deploys anywhere on the battlefield at least 12 inches from any battlefield edge, occupying the middle of the battlefield. The Thousand Suns player does not deploy their army. Priority. The defending player deploys their entire army first, and they may not have any units in reserve. Units that are normally required to be in reserve must instead be deployed. Then, the Thousand Sun player deploys their entire army, declaring deep strikes, transports, etc. But they do not actually deploy any units on the battlefield. The Thousand Suns player has the first turn. Oh, this would have been a bloody battle too.
Oh yeah, it would have been horrible.
Oh man. Okay. Game length. Like I'm reading this and going, ugh. Okay. Game length 5 turns. If the entire victory conditions, if the entire defending force is wiped out, the Thousand Suns will be victorious. Otherwise, the defender is the victor.
That victory condition sounds hard, but the fact that you're allowed to just come on the battlefield wherever and whenever you feel like it and just pour the hate on.
Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty possible.
Yeah. I mean, it would be just an armored spearhead right into the... Yeah, okay. Mission special rules. Warp Storm. Players use the Tzeentchian Warp Storm table. All according to plan. The Thousand Suns player may begin arriving from reserves on turn 1. Units which are not using another special rule to arrive, such as Deep Strike, may do so along any battlefield edge not within 9 inches of an enemy unit. If it is impossible to deploy a unit, the Thousand Suns player may Deep Strike that unit instead. If it is still impossible to deploy that unit, the Thousand Suns may deploy closer than 9 inches to enemy units, but not within 1 inch. Courage born of desperation. The defending player's units do not take battle shock tests during the game, and all their attacks reroll wounds of 1. Lines of retreat. The defending player may not move their units within 6 inches of the battlefield edge, move them off the battlefield, or use rules which allow them to be removed from play and put into reserves. Oh, wow. Okay. Victor bonus. The victor does not need to take out of action tests for this battle. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Okay.
Especially considering how deadly this game is going to be.
Oh, yeah. It's
like if you,
bloody.
Yeah, the defending player is probably not going to have any models left on the battlefield.
No.
And that victor bonus could probably save you a good 2 or 3 requisition points alone.
Yeah. All right. Last of these 3 missions. The quest for knowledge.
The quest for knowledge.
All right.
From the earliest days of the Great Crusade, the Thousand Sons have craved improved understanding of all things arcane, regardless of its source. Indeed, it was this endless thirst for knowledge that led to their damnation. Yet, to this day, they continue their search to unlock the mysteries of the warp and become its masters.
All right. Deployment zones. Players deploy their armies into deployment zones similar to the Dawn of War style, except the Thousand Suns deploy 15 inches from the center line, and their opponents may deploy their army in the entire other half of the battlefield. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so essentially this is the defender is not the Tzeentch player.
Yeah.
And that defender is occupying basically a big library.
Yeah.
And the Tzeentch player is trying to take that knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is the Arman mission. Okay. Objective markers. Place 5 objective markers, starting with the defending player as per rules in the current Warhammer 40k mission cards rules, except that any number of objective markers may be placed in the defending player's deployment zone.
Yeah, so normally 1 objective goes in each deployment zone and 3 go in no man's land.
Yeah.
In this case, the defending player gets to place... You can place as many objectives as you want in the defending player's deployment zone.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Man, that's going to make it difficult for the Thousand Suns, but they can...
Well, it should.
Yeah. All right. Terrain. It would make sense for each objective marker to represent a different library, either with a ruin, a building, or wrecked vehicle of some kind. Priority, as per normal rules. Game length, 5 turns. Victory conditions. Players use the current 40k objectives deck, drawing the priority target's primary mission, score 5 EP per turn for each objective you control, to a maximum of 10 per turn. Then 5 VP for each objective you control at the end of the game. Do not draw a mission rule or deployment, as those are determined by the special rules here. So, Thousand Suns player must use random secondary objectives. The defending players must use the static secondary objective Storm Hostile objective, which is points for stealing objectives held by the enemy. That player then will be drawing 1 random secondary objective every turn instead of 2.
So the way that works, is that the defender has one secondary objective that's locked into this one, and actually they won't score a whole lot at the beginning because the thousands that the defending player is going to have all those objectives on their side of the table, right?
Yeah.
And their secondary objective is they have to steal an objective from the Tzeentch player. So they're not going to score until the Tzeentch player steals an objective from them.
Yeah.
So they're going to be sitting on that secondary, not really doing anything with it for a turn or 2. But then after that, they're going to have to it basically represents them trying to take back what the Tzeentch player took.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Where were we?
Special rules.
Special rules. Okay. Warp Storm. Players use the Tzeentchian Warp Storm table. A Solemn Duty. Units within range of objective markers may re-roll battle shock tests. Seeking Knowledge. At the beginning of their command phase, the Thousand Suns player rolls a dice for each objective marker they control. On 4-up, they may collect a warp charge die. All right. Victor bonus. One psychic unit may receive 1 free battle honor. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
And those are our missions.
Yeah.
I'll have these put into a PDF as usual, and I think it'll be our first our first house rules of the 10th edition.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. Let us know if you liked this.
Yeah.
Okay. In our Discord or an email, because I'd like to know if we should keep doing these.
Yeah.
Converting these old missions to the new 10th edition rules.
Yeah. Because I still have a whole bunch of 7th edition campaign books. I think I've got a few 8 as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Just and let us know which ones you want to see.
Yeah.
If someone comes on our Discord and says, "I'd like to see this," I am probably going, especially if they're in the Patreon chat. We'll probably do it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. If you want to see the Callion book, we've got that.
I have 2 copies of it for some reason. It's ridiculous. All right. Let's take a quick break, come back, and then we'll close out the show.
Come here, boy, get the ball. Come on, Max, get the ball. Mom, Max won't get the ball. He's lazy.
I think I know why your Zote is being lazy, Jenny.
Why, Mom?
Because you forgot to feed him Zotabix today.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Zotabix contains all the nutrients and random animal parts a growing Zote craves. It not only provides our Zote with the energy it needs to play with you and protect our home, but it also keeps its chitinous shell fresh and shiny.
Oh, boy. I'd better feed Max his Zotabix.
Yes, you had.
Zotabix is made in part from grade
Max,
A
time for
Astra
dinner.
Militarum post-engagement byproduct and is infused with 112 essential vitamins
No,
and
Max,
minerals
down.
harvested from your Zote's natural habitat, the finest desert deserts.
Ah!
Zotabix is available in any shopping center on worlds where Zotes are allowed or where the Imperium's inexorable influence has not yet reached.
Oh, we've reached level 6. Welcome back. So what will happen next? In our next episode, will Adam think of a new topic to discuss? Will Jason exist in reality, or will he be stuck in a parallel dimension of higher education? Will he be covered in pussy? Cats. Who knows? Stay tuned. Until then.
Play the game the way you want to.
Good. We'd love it if you could give us a positive rating and review on iTunes.
If you'd like to keep in contact with us, you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching for Masters of the Forge.
And you can follow our hobby progress on Instagram with the hashtag Masters of the Forge.
If you'd like to engage with us directly, you can always join our Discord server.
To do so, or if you have any questions, topic suggestions, or if you'd like to advertise your creative hobby endeavor,
contact us at mastersoftheforge@gmail.com.
Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/mastersoftheforge. Thanks.
This podcast is protected by the Creative Commons Attribution, No Derivatives, Non-Commercial International License. More information about this license and contact information if you have any requests can be found at our blog, mastersoftheforge.com.
It's such a good feeling to play games your way. It's such a happy feeling 40K'ing away. And when you throw dice with story in mind, it's such a wonderful way to unwind. It's a good feeling, a very good feeling, the feeling you know that we'll be back when the fortnight's new, and we'll have new ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. We will too.